I am Marquesa Pettway out of New York City, business reinvention expert. I help entrepreneurs create that lifestyle that really shakes them up and helps them change the world, and a six-figure system. Now today, guys, I have a special guest. I love her. I remember hanging out with her at a CSP summit a few years back. I don't know if you remember that, Christa. So let me give you the official introduction. Her name is Christa Haberstock. Since 1997, she has blurred the line between talent and agent by living large on both sides of it at the same time. On the agent side of the line, she is president and founder of C Agency, listed number 1036 on the prestigious 2016, that's recent, Inc. 5,000 fastest growing private companies in America. She manages, consults, and represents a cadre of elite corporate talent, personally booking over $3 million of speakers annually into corporate events. And on the talent side of the line, she is both an accomplished recording artist and actor. She has written and performed and produced award-winning songs, which received radio play in the US, Canada, and West Africa. Guys, I can go on and on. Check out her agency. Check out her website, which is at cagency.com. Click on her face, you'll see it. And by the way, she looks just like Kate Middleton. So please welcome agent, performer, and Kate Middleton stunt double, Christa Haberstock.
Oh my gosh. What? I want cannons to go off with confetti after that introduction. That was ridiculous. I feel like Super Bowl. It's like I'm Gaga coming, like jumping off the thing.
Well, you have that personality. I mean, when I first started just hanging out with you in NSA circles, you're just so sweet and nice.
Aw, you are too.
Let's get to business and pull back the curtains, Christa. Now, we have speakers listening from all levels. And first they want to know, so what's a speaker agent?
Well, you would have speaker agents with speakers bureaus, and speakers bureaus are kind of on the broker side. You know, if you think of real estate agents, right, you have the buyer and the broker, that kind of thing. So speakers bureau agents can book any speaker anywhere for any client. On my side of the business with a speaker management agency, we have not exclusive, but we have a select roster of speakers. And I stay away from the word exclusive. It's a nuance that I won't get into. But we have a select roster of speakers, and we don't book outside of our roster. So a speakers bureau will book outside of their roster. We just book for our speakers.
Now, Christa, what made you decide to go with that business model, with only booking from a select roster versus reaching out to a Michael Jordan or all different types of speakers?
Right. A couple of reasons. I actually was at a speakers bureau for 10 years. And so I was vice president and one of the top producers for I think 8 of those 10 years. So I worked really hard to cultivate relationships with the buyer, with the clients, and then also get to know the product, which would be the speakers, and then broker those two together. And what I found in those 10 years is that a good portion of my time was not finding the right speaker for a client event. It was making the right speaker buyable or bookable for the buyer. So because the buyer has to see the value in it too. I may know XYZ speaker. I may know they're great on stage. But translating that over to the buyer, there's, you have a trust relationship with the right buyers, but, clients are fickle, and there's a lot of fear in this. It's a high dollar thing that they're doing. So I spent a good portion of my time taking their products and making them palpable to the client. So when I wanted to go to the other side, I felt like I was a bit of a specialist. I just took a bunch of my favorite speakers and kind of huddled us all up into an agency and said, let's make you guys are some of the best speakers in the industry. Let's make it obvious to the buyer.
Wow, I love that. And how do clients find you? Do they tend to, you mentioned you cultivate relationships. So are you working with people you've known for years, or are they just sort of coming across your website or seeing you in Google? How are different, clients that want to book your speakers finding you?
The buyers come to me, and the word I use is pre-cooked, because they've seen one of my speakers. They've seen Mike Rayburn, Tim Gard, Christine Cash, and Carrie Lorenz. They've seen them speak, or they've heard of them speak. And in fact, there was some research done in the last few years, and it's remained consistent. Somewhere between 73 and 78% of all inbound leads, all bookings that come in to someone like me are from having either seen the speaker or a relationship with someone who's seen the speaker. So a meeting planner or a meeting professional saw Christine Cashin on stage, and she tells her friend, listen, you've got to get this speaker for your event. And so that's 3/4 of the people that I speak to. And it plays out, you know, and I ask every time, how did you find out about, how did you find out about Doc Henley, et cetera. Yeah.
Wow. Now, yeah. Christa, I know you aren't personally with your agency looking, it's called C Agency, by the way, which I love that name.
Oh, good.
Looking for more speakers to represent. But I also know a lot of speakers are watching this and going, wow, I really would like an agency to represent me, or I want to be in that type of situation. Right. Yep. What advice would you give to them?
Speakers approach me and us. I mean, there's now 10 of us here, and I think there's 5 agents now. So we're growing as far as that. We could probably support more speakers, but we're not looking for speakers. And the great majority of speakers that contact us looking for representation, I mean, the reason they're looking for representation is to build their business and to take it to the next level. So that is obviously, if we take everybody, we know we're not running a running a Fort Foster, it's not anyway, we can't take everybody is the point. And so what we have done, the way we are able to offer some kind of solution to that is for speakers to have a tool to make their business better and make themselves more bookable. So we have a speaker therapist on staff, and she's actually a registered therapist and sees actual people who need actual therapy in life. But she also, because she's been with us so long, she can run speaker therapy too. And so she's able to dig in and roll her sleeves up and see what's getting in the way of a speaker getting more bookings. And that's the ultimate goal. And then a speaker has the tool to do it themselves. They're not looking to us to do it.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Now, Christa, I've heard you speak at a lot of the NSA conferences, and you always bring the best advice. And soon you're coming to my backyard.
I know.
You live in my hometown, so maybe I'll see you when I come out there and do this big photo shoot next week.
I love it.
Next month, you're coming to New York City to talk to our chapter. Some of the questions that I hear folks asking you is, all right, tell me what really, because you're out there, you hear the best of the best, you see money get exchanged, you sell speakers all day long. So what are 3 things I need to think about in order to really rock as a speaker and grow my speaking business, from stage presence to the way I market myself online to that website, whatever it is, just throw 3 things out there that speakers listening who may not even want an agency or borough, but they just want to stand out in the industry and they want to get noticed. What are 3 categories or areas of focus that they should look at to take it to that next level?
I see it as there being 3 umbrellas, and a lot of things fall down, in each of these, but relationships, packaging, and exposure. Those are the 3 things that I see as the 3 umbrellas where everything falls. A lot of speakers will approach me or approach a speakers bureau or anyone, maybe an influencer of some other kind in the industry, and look to them as their silver bullet, when it's not just one relationship, it's several relationships, and it's cultivating those relationships with the right people. And I will say this too, I mean, I'm a professional member of the NSA, National Speakers Association, and it's about relationships for me too. I am not there to pick up speakers. I've got enough boyfriends. I don't need any more boyfriends. Not actual boyfriends, but it's my assistant used to say, she's like, it's like you have 12 boyfriends and you have to keep them all happy. So, and lots of them are women, so it gets confusing. But the point is that what we're looking for is what I'm looking for at NSA is not to pick up speakers, not to add to my roster. I'm not scouting talent at NSA. I'm cultivating relationships, and I'm also giving back to the professional organization that puts food on the table for my family. But these relationships have been critical. I mean, you and I met at the CSP CPAE Summit years ago. It's like good 4 years ago now. And it's a fun relationship to see you there. And, I get to call people, I mean, this is truly an unbelievable industry with some of the most wacky extroverts you're ever going to meet. But truly, some of the smartest people on the planet are part of this organization. And if we can't cultivate relationships with those speakers, then shame on us. And, on this other side too, for speakers who are listening, to cultivate relationships as you can with speakers bureaus. Aw.
Oh, sounds so cute.
Let's go for a walk so bad. So that's the point, obviously, in relationships. The packaging is what I referenced before. I think when we use the diagnostic tool on speakers materials, we take a look at I'm sorry for the crying. We look at the video, the website. We have developed an online one sheet for all of our speakers that I just launched actually 24 minutes ago to all the speakers bureaus to make it easier to have all the information in one place. And even your fee is part of your packaging. And then the exposure, the old joke of you can die from exposure, right? It's true. Yes. But what I referenced before, somewhere between 73 and 78% of all inbound leads are someone having seen somebody or someone telling a friend that they saw somebody. So get out, speak more to speak more, truly. And it's pick and choose your audiences, but at the beginning, you just got to get out there.
Wow. I love that. Relationships, packaging, and exposure. Now, to kind of close out this interview, you are a power businesswoman in your own right. You're in my town, Dallas, Texas, hometown. We just realized her nieces go to the same school I went to,
Yes.
Hey, which, by the way, guys, is a top school in Dallas.
It is.
You are on the Inc.'s 5,000 list. I'm going to have to bring that correct. How did you get there, Christa? Give us some of your one or two of your business strategies that's made you this smart, successful,
oh my goodness,
businesswoman.
Well, the Inc. list is math, really, and it's just growth over a 3-year period. So I was on the 2016 list, so they looked at C agency's number in 2015 versus 2012. So it was really just a math thing. And I think we'll probably make the list again this year because of the growth. My money girl was like, yeah, boss, it's looking good. So I think we might apply again. And it's really a nice, good housekeeping stamp of approval and kind of a marker of look, there is growth here. So it's pretty simple. And then I wish I knew the exact title of this thing, but it popped up very suddenly, maybe about 2.5 months ago, 3 months ago. The Inc. released the top 7 fastest growing cities for women-owned business. Dallas was on the list, and they listed me as the person in Dallas.
Wow, huge.
I know, and it was one of those things. They don't it's not like the Oscars. Someone doesn't they don't tell you. So I pull up my phone. I'm looking at it with one eye in the morning. LinkedIn says so and so's connection. Your connection so and so is in the news today. And I pulled it up and says, you were in the news today. I went, hang on, wait.
That was a good day.
It was a very fun day, I have to admit. Wow. Yeah, I'm very proud of what this company has become. It's truly, it's beyond my wildest dreams. And it's a beautiful thing. This company is a beautiful thing.
That's so encouraging. I mean, you have a team. I looked at your website, which is beautiful, by the way. Guys, you got to check it out, cagency.com. Very smart. I love it. But you have a big team and, just the work ethic, and your wife, your mother. So literally what you're doing must be working.
I don't know. Yeah, I feel very blessed. I really do. It's, it's a lot of hard work, but, a lot of hard work doesn't always pay off, and it has. I'm very, very grateful.
Wonderful. Well, what's your last piece of advice for everyone that's listening?
My last piece of advice for speakers is a word of encouragement normally, that I don't think I've ever seen a speaker who has talent and has work ethic that has stuck with it that hasn't succeeded. So, you know, if you've got the right stuff and you put yourself in the right places and you don't give up, you really will succeed. The speaking industry is a slow burn, but you can do this. So just, you know, keep going and be encouraged that sometimes it takes a while, but I haven't seen anyone who hasn't gotten there.
Wow. Thank you, Christa Haberstock. You are awesome. So loved that you are an NSA sister and just a really given colleague, and also that you're out there doing your thing. It makes us all look good.
Well, I love my job. I really do. So you can't keep me away from it. Thank you for this opportunity. It was fun.
Not a problem at all. My pleasure.